Disneyland Paris, Europe's most popular theme park destination, is home to great attractions, thrills and entertainment across its 2 theme parks and hotels. But what is it like to dine there as a vegan? We hope to answer this question by showcasing the meals we ate during our recent family holiday. Starting in the Walt Disney Studio Park, we found Avengers Campus, home of Marvel's mightiest heroes, to be the best place in the park to find vegan food. SuperDiner, located at the back of the land, serves a vegan shawarma which comes with pita bread, salad and hummus. The restaurant has the appearance of a classic 1950s style diner, making it a fun place to eat. We found the shawarma was really tasty and it was one of the best options we had at Disneyland Paris. It was nicely spiced and had a good texture. If you're craving something sweet, SuperDiner also has vegan cookie dough Ben & Jerry's ice cream and a chocolate and hazelnut cookie. This cookie has got the balance between soft and crisp just right. It was very sweet, but the dark chocolate and hazelnuts helped balance that out. We really enjoyed the cookie and ate one almost every day during our trip. Also in Avengers Campus is the fantastic food truck, which serves New York style hot dogs. The vegan option is the crispy veggie hot dog, which is a plant-based sausage with crispy onions, plant-based grated nourish and vegan mustard sauce. This was another winner. The sausage had a very good and authentic flavour, and the combination of cheese, mustard and the crispy onions made this a really delicious option. And yes, they also served a delicious vegan cookie. Sadly, our final stop in Avengers Campus was less than good. We stopped at the Web food truck and tried the tofu noodle chow experience. This was a ramen style noodle bowl. Sadly, the broth wasn't very tasty and the tofu was flavourless. This was easily the worst thing we ate during our trip. Moving over to Disneyland Park, home to princesses, cowboys, pirates and all your favourite Disney characters. We started on Main Street, USA, where the Cookie Kitchen served that wonderful vegan cookie. Over in Frontierland, where you will find the fictional mining town of Thunder Mesa, we dined at Casa de Coco, a quick service restaurant themed around the Pixar film Coco. Here the vegan option was the vegan burrito. This was your typical burrito filled with vegan chili, rice, guacamole, tomato, onion and coriander, which we had with a side of ziggy fries. This was a really enjoyable option. It had a decent level of spice and was surprisingly filling. We would recommend this one as one of the better options in the Disneyland Park. If you want to finish your meal with something sweet, they do the vegan almond magnum. Also in Frontierland, we dined at the only table service restaurant we went to during this trip, the Silver Spur Steakhouse. Now you may think it's strange for vegans to dine in a steakhouse, but the menu had some pretty good offerings. We went for the Sheriff Set menu, which was 3 courses. We ordered a cider and an IPA to start with, both were really nice. Then for our starter we had the salad, which was avocado, tomato, kidney beans, bell peppers, red onions, lettuce, slices of vegetable proteins and a citrus vinaigrette. This was a decent portion and full of protein. Overall, it was pretty good, but the avocado was ice cold and perhaps wasn't fully defrosted, which was a little disappointing. For our main course, we had Beyond Meat Kebab, which featured both sausage and meatball style vegan meat with chunky onion and cherry compote, bulgur wheat with tomatoes, kidney beans and corn. The kebab was very tasty and the tomato compote had a good flavour. The addition of the kidney beans and bulgur wheat meant the dish had lots of protein and was very filling. Overall, we really enjoyed this dish and would recommend it. For dessert, we had stewed red berries, cashew nuts, vanilla flavoured silken tofu and popcorn. Unfortunately, this was a bit bland and lacked any real flavour. The addition of the silken tofu meant that this was another protein-packed dish, so we were very full by the end of our meal. Overall, our experience of the Silver Spur Steakhouse was a mixed bag. We would highly recommend the main course. but really didn't think much of what we had for a starter or the dessert. You don't have to order the set menu though, so we would recommend visiting for the main course alone. A short walk over to Adventureland, you will find Colonel Hattie's Outpost, a restaurant themed around jungle exploration. This restaurant's vegan option was a lentil dal curry with rice and naan bread. The curry was nicely spiced, but we would have personally preferred it a little bit spicier, and including the rice and the naan, it was a big portion. We also ordered the vegetable pakora and onion bhajis as a side. Overall, this was a decent and filling counter-service option, and it was so nice to eat some whole food proteins in a theme park. Also in Adventureland is Agrabah Cafe, a buffet restaurant based on the Arabian setting in stories such as Aladdin. We had heard that most of the buffet restaurants in Disneyland Paris were not good for vegans, but we found Agrabah Cafe to have plenty of options to fill up our plate. This included couscous, salads, falafel, veggie meatballs, naan bread, hummus, and olives, to name just a few. For dessert, they had lemon tart, chocolate, banana and passion fruit squares, fruit and dates. Overall, this was a very nice meal and we were able to get our money's worth. However, labelling is a bit patchy. Certain dishes that were vegan only had the vegetarian label on them, but they were clearly vegan. We would recommend checking with staff before filling your plate. Over in Fantasyland, we visited Toad Hall, a restaurant themed around Mr. Toad from The Wind and the Willows. This quick service restaurant had 2 vegan options available. These were the breaded vegan fish and chips with tartar style vegan sauce, and plant-based bites and chips, which were basically nuggets. Both dishes were decent for what they were. The vegan fish was very nice and authentic tasting, but to be honest, it was nothing you couldn't cook easily in the oven at home. Nonetheless, it was good to have 2 options, and like other restaurants, they sold the vegan almond magnum. Also in Fantasyland is Au Chalet de la Marionnette, a restaurant themed on Pinocchio. Here the vegan option was a breaded vegan burger with salad and pickles. This was really good and replicated a chicken style burger well. This came on a wholemeal bun and was served with the standard Disneyland Paris fries. Whilst this would not be our first choice, it was good to have another option available. Our final stop at Disneyland Paris is Café Hyperion. This huge quick service restaurant mainly served burgers, and we had the Beyond Burger. There is not much to say except that it was your standard Beyond Meat burger with fries, and it was fairly decent and replicated what you would expect from a theme park burger. We mainly ate inside the parks during our trip. However, one lazy morning we did try the vegan room service breakfast at the Newport Bay Hotel. This included vegan croissants, bread rolls, 2 sausages, a tomato, beans and breakfast potatoes. This was fairly good breakfast and a decent way to start the day. Overall, we felt there were enough decent options across the parks to eat a variety of different foods during our stay. It wasn't always just a Beyond Burger like some theme parks. There are other places you can eat which serve vegan options at the resort, and most places have at least one option, although a lot of the restaurants in Disney Village don't have many options at all. From looking at menus, we would conclude that most table service meals are probably not worth it due to the cost compared to what you would actually get on your plate as a vegan. Buffets are also likely to be poor value, except for Café Agrabah. However, the variety of quick service options means you do have some choice. One thing we did notice though was the lack of plant milk in the park. This is something Disneyland Paris really does need to improve on. They also need to increase the snack options for vegans. Outside of the vegan cookie, popcorn and candy floss, there wasn't much else, and we don't include the Magnum and the Ben & Jerry's as we can get them back home. Anyway, we hope you found this whistle-stop tour of what we ate at Disneyland Paris useful when planning your next trip. Until next time, happy vegan dining!